Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Crafting with V. If you're new here, welcome. So glad that you stopped by, and if you are returning, thank you so much for returning. Anyway, today I'm just working on my butterfly nightcat. I think that's the name of it. I keep forgetting. Yes, butterfly nightcat. It is really turning out beautifully. Let me switch this over. Oops, wrong way. I always try to go the wrong way on that. Little bit more. Okay, so it's a little crowded over on this side of my desk. Please ignore that. But anyway, isn't this just so pretty? I absolutely love the way this cat is turning out, even with the purple right in here. It's still looking very good, especially from a distance. I did do something new. Hi, Margie, how are you? Anyway, let me zoom this back in. Yep. What happened? Oops. See if it connects back without me doing anything. Okay. Okay, so right now I'm working on this area right here. I am doing really good. I'm a little tired today. Hi, Beth. How are you? I'm a little bit tired today. I haven't been sleeping that well. So it's just been a long day. I worked down at the shop today. And while I was down there, I did about 6 DoorDash orders. So it wasn't a whole lot of money, but it gives me a little bit extra. I do have a new setup. I'm going to show this to you really quick. Well, I don't know if I can on this. Let me see if I can change this to the back facing camera. Okay. I know my desk is a mess right now, but I forgot I had this little shelf in my other craft room, and I used to just keep my sticker sheets and stuff on it. So I decided to put that in here. Let me switch it back now. Okay. But I decided to put that in here, and I've always liked the tower system of the keeping the trays in there with each color so that you don't have to pour them all out into the tray again. And I kind of set this one up this way, and I'm pretty sure that Stardust cannot knock this over or knock them out of there. But if she does, this is just my budget one. I've got plenty of extra drills. I'll be able to finish this painting. But right now I've just got the teeny tiny trays that I've been using on this one. But I went and looked for all my trays. Speaking of Stardust, come on. You don't want up here now? Think she's mad at me. But I've just got the teeny tiny trays that I'm using right now, but I put all of my other trays up here. And all the different ones. And next time I do a painting over on this table, I'm going to try to set it up in these and hope for the best. Eventually, what I want to do is get all trays with lids. I think that having the trays with lids would work out really well here. So I'm going to have to start getting some of those. For now, though, on Amazon, they have the Art Dot trays, which are like this. They have a 10-pack to where you get 6 of the bigger trays and then 4 of these smaller ones. So for now, I'm going to try to get these because they're just a little bit higher up. And if I need to, I can stack them on top of each other to kind of form a lid. So those are going to be the first ones. I set my fan back here if it hits the microphone. No, those aren't Trabricks. I would love to get the Trabricks. And all in all, the Trabricks aren't that expensive. Lexi uses them and she absolutely loves them. But I just can't get those right now. But I do like these Art Dot ones as long as I am not constantly pouring them back in a container. These right here are just too hard to pour them back into a container. But I do want to get the Trabricks. If I ever get some of those, I will unbox them on here and show y'all what they're like. Like I said, my daughter, she has those and she absolutely loves them. Because they're the storage cases that close up and the tray all in one. But, what? Another thing I like about the tower system is if you forget what color you're working on, you've still got your symbol on there. What was it? There was something on here that I was going to show. Oh, I'm going to show you a little video that I took. I will be putting this on a completion. Let me switch this around. Once again, I'm not getting a whole lot of diamond painting done. Hi, Tita. How are you? But I'm wanting to show y'all this. I will put it on a completion video. But I gave this to my mom. Let's close that out so y'all can actually see it. I gave that to my mom today whenever I went to see her, so I don't have it with me anymore. But it only took me a couple of hours to do that at most. Probably not that long because I kept getting interrupted while I was doing it. But here's a little video of it if I can keep the phone still. Nope. Stardust. She's already in here, but I absolutely loved working on that little thing. The drills weren't real shiny, but I think on that one, that's the way that they were supposed to be. But, I really like the tower system, and I used to use it all the time. If it wasn't for her, I would have never stopped using it. Because she likes to get up on my desk and knock things over. But I figure with that being that heavy, she'll have a harder time doing it. But whenever if you miss one, you don't have to worry about pulling the container out, pouring it in your tray, and then diamond paint and then put the drills back in. All you got to do is take the tray, and then you are able to just place that one drill and put it back up in there. But this is almost done. Hopefully I will be doing a completion video on this next week. And I'm going to try to do the hanging, I don't know, it's not really a frame, but that's what I want to call it. It's a frame, but make the little hanging part of this so it can hang on the wall. And this one is going to go to my mom as well. She was excited to hear about that today. She hasn't been feeling very good lately. Ever since she was in the hospital a while back, she keeps getting UTIs, and they give her the antibiotics. It hasn't got to the point that it was before, but anyway, she's on the shots for 7 days right now. So hopefully, last night she really wasn't feeling good. Today, whenever I went and saw her, she was feeling a little bit better. My Alexa went off for something. I don't know what, but what else have I been doing? I've been door dashing. Did any of y'all watch the WIP and chat while I was door dashing? And would y'all like to see more of those, or would y'all prefer just the diamond painting? Because there is so many things that I want to buy, and I just can't get all of them right now. There was a little table that hooks onto your steering wheel. I thought about getting that so I could take my coasters and do them easier while I was door dashing. As long as it isn't too many colors on the coaster or key ring or whatever I'm working on, and I'm just not wanting to put that in right. Dang it, these down here are driving me crazy. This corner down here, I've got to get this sealed. If I do not seal this corner down here will not stay. Okay. I was just seeing if y'all like that or if y'all would prefer just the diamond painting. But yeah, it gives me something to do and I get to chat with y'all. But on this diamond painting, I know you can't see it. Let me zoom it back out again. Not in. Welcome back, Tita. Okay. I know it's upside down for y'all. I'm sorry. And this corner right here, I definitely have to seal. And whenever I started having problems with it, I was working on this corner from about here down, and it just wasn't real sticky at all. And they were just barely staying on there. And I thought, well, maybe it's because of the heat in here, because this room doesn't have any air conditioning right now. I thought maybe it's just too hot in here. So once I got a fan and it started cooling down, I was past this part and it was sticky just fine. So I thought that it was the heat that was causing it, but it's been just as hot today. And this up here, I'm having no issues with at all whatsoever. So I just think that this one section right here, there just wasn't enough glue on it. So I'm definitely going to have to seal this as soon as it is done. Which I don't mind. I was going to just use the Mod Podge that I had here to seal it. But I can't find it. So as soon as I seal it with my other sealer, thank you, Margie. I'm glad that that worked out pretty well. I was hoping it would. It was actually just how I set up the camera in that is I got a cup and used duct tape to tape around the top of it. I know duct tape fixes everything. And then put a hole in there so I could put my tripod as like a selfie stick as well. What? Did I mess that up? Stardust? I did. I switched. Somehow I managed to switch this other. No. Why is it? There it is. And as you can see, Stardust is right here along with us still. She is being very attentive today. She wants all the attention. But after I started working on this, it's been just as hot today, and I'm not having any issues with this up here. I know, she always wants to say hi. She hears me talking, and I think that she might think that I'm talking to her, because I'm always talking to her. So, and sometimes it's just, as soon as I get up in the morning, she's trying to get in my lap. I can't just pet you the whole time. You know that, right? But anyway, I'm glad y'all could see that okay. I was going to do a voiceover if it didn't work out the way that if the camera angle wasn't good. But I will try to do those at least once a week while I'm door dashing. And if I get that table as well, I might do a coaster in there. As long as it is less than 6 colors or less in the coaster, I can use one of these to put it in. I'll switch y'all back around so y'all can see what I'm working on instead of that. And I didn't zoom it back in. Oops, a little too far. There's a delay on that, so whenever I try to zoom it in, sometimes it doesn't want to. And now it's not wanting to zoom at all. Hi, Heidi. How are you? She would, whenever I let her in the bedroom to sleep with us, she will sit there and lay right beside me the whole night and not move. And once I get up, though, she gets up. But she'll stay in the same place. A lot of times, though, we'll close the door to our room, and if she does want out and she can't, she'll get up on things and knock them off until you wake up. It doesn't matter where at. And one day we did that, and she went into the bathroom and knocked the cup off of the sink. So if she doesn't, it's her way or no way, basically. But she's a really, really attentive cat. I've got to figure out what I'm going to work on next once I finish this, or probably Tuesday, whether I'm finished with this or not. I will put a poll out on my next budget one to work on. And we will see what the next one will be. I think I have several with purple in them. Purple is my absolute, between purple and pink, they're both my favorite colors. And they look so good together. Stardust. No. You are not being a very good girl tonight. She likes to try to get up on my painting, and she'll lay like she is now. I know y'all can't see her, but she's got her head laying on my hand, and she'll gradually sneak up on the table like she thinks I'm not looking. But I think I have several paintings that I can use for Passionate in Purple. That is the one for this month now, isn't it, Tita? Tea. I know I have more teas. But I think I've got several that I can work on for that. Plus, I'll have my unicorn family to finish. And I'm also still working on my mystery painting. And I will definitely give y'all an update on that in my next WIP and chat. I'll warn y'all about it being a mystery painting for those who want to look away during that, so it doesn't ruin the surprise. I think almost all of my paintings probably at least have a little bit of purple in them. There Stardust goes. I wouldn't let her get up on the canvas, and she wasn't happy about that. See if I can zoom this out again. I do not know why. Oh. I guess whenever I was zooming it out, I hit a setting button, and it was trying to get me to change the settings. That's not as close, so you might actually be able to see everything that I'm working on here. Got one tea left, but I love the way that this is looking. What else has been going on? Oh, my daughter texted me a picture today, and I won't show it on here. It was of my granddaughter. Okay, Tita. And she sends me a text saying, "Please help." And at first, I did not notice it at all. Well, apparently, and I asked her what. And then she told me, I went to the bathroom. I was in the bathroom for 5 minutes and come back out, and Remy had cut her bangs. So she's trying to figure out how to fix it. I was like, just cut them all the same length and it'll grow back out. She'll be fine. But yeah, she cut her bangs today while her mama was in the bathroom. And every time I find an extra drill here, I think it's from down here on this, because they are just not staying down in this area. I'm constantly having to fix them. I have no clue why it's doing this, and I barely even touched that part. But other than that section, that has been the only complaint that I've had with this painting. I know she does. I've got to record that tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be able to record it tomorrow with Remy here. So you might hear her in the unboxing, but I've got those Diamond Dots paintings that I got in from Walmart, and I've got 2 other Diamond Dots that I'm going to show y'all as well that I just never unboxed. I am forever trying to get cat hairs off of my painting. I know I should really start using washi tape on it. So I'm going to try to record that unboxing tomorrow and get that out. And then maybe this weekend, on Monday or so, I might try to do a WIP and chat before I go to work, but I'm not making any promises on that one. I think those Diamond Dots are the only ones that I have with that Granny has, other than her specials week. I will be working on my coasters that whole week, so I might get a big chunk of them done. I don't know if she does or not. I know we're doing the Chuck Pinson in July. And that one would also work for Diamond Grandma. I think she does Grandma's Christmas in July also. So that would also work for hers. See, I'm finding every time I move my hand over that area, I pull off a drill. I might have to seal this before I even finish working on the rest of it, because it's just this bottom corner. I was hoping I could get it done. I've only got the rest of this square and then one more left to do on it. I couldn't even find my clear nail polish. I was going to put that on there until I got the sealant too. And I couldn't even find it. It's like stuff hides from me whenever I need it, and then I go and buy more. Then most of the time that same day, I find it after I've already bought more. Hello, Melanie. How are you? So glad that you were able to stop by. Just telling them how much problems I was having with this bottom corner of this painting. But I really, even with this, I would buy this painting again, just because I love the picture so much. And I did check, and it's still not back in stock yet. I'm hoping it does come back in stock for those of y'all who want it. This bottom corner, and it's only in the bottom corner of this painting. Let me put it back down. It's only in this bottom corner from here to here. It's barely sticking and it's not staying. I've finished it, but I'm definitely gonna have to seal it before it goes to my mom. And the way I keep scooting these drills around on it every time I barely touch it, I may have to go ahead and seal that corner before I even finish it. But that is the only issue I've had, and at first I thought it was the heat because I'd finished with this and then I came back in to work on it again that night, and I was working on up here in this section, and it was just fine, no issues at all whatsoever, so I thought it was the heat. Well, in here, it's been just as hot today, and I've been working on this part up here on and off, and I haven't had any issues at all. That's okay, Tita. I'm so glad that you stopped by. Thank you so much. You have a good night. But other than this corner, I've had no issues at all whatsoever with this painting. So either I did something somewhere, or it just didn't have enough glue on that one corner. See if I can zoom this back in without pulling up the menu. But okay, and I'm using my towers, or kind of a tower. I showed the rest of y'all earlier. Let me switch this around. I don't want to worry about doing the camera again. But this is a shelf that I had in my other craft room, and I had forgotten about it. I had sheets of stickers on it and stuff. I've decided to make this into a tower that Stardust cannot knock down. Eventually I'll get a bunch of trays with lids for it, but this is what seems to be working out really well right now. Excuse me, I didn't mean to cough. It is. I love this, and if I use small trays, I could even kit up like a Diamond Art Club on it. Or I'll probably end up using a mixture of both, but it would still have enough to do all the colors in one of those. And actually, before I used this in my other craft room, I don't know if y'all noticed where it has W-9 forms, blank letters, insurance, all those labels on it. Those were for my down at the shop. My brother decided he didn't want this anymore, and I took it home. But I've had it for probably 4 years now, and I never thought about using it as a thing for my trays. And this is letter E. See, I forgot which color I was working on, and I was able just to look at the tray. I am so glad that this wasn't the whole edges that I had that problem with. I'm going to try to put this way. Normally, I cannot multi-place horizontal, or I have to go up and down with it. I can't do it sideways because it does that. I always mess up with it. I was trying to, though. Okay, we're gonna switch to the... Eventually I'll grab the pen that I want. This one has my metal tip on it. But it is working. It is definitely working great. So like I said, I'll try to do the whipping chats while I'm door dashing. Would y'all want to see some of the door dashing part of it, or just the whipping chats? If y'all have any suggestions on stuff like that, just let me know, because I don't want to make it into just a DoorDash channel, because it's all crafting mainly. But if y'all want to see a little bit of it, I might show some of it. Of course, I won't be able to show addresses or anything like that, but I know I'm just going from one thought to another thought. Granny said that she was going to have to miss tonight's live because she's going grocery shopping with her son today, and that's completely understandable. I ended up getting the Barbie and Barbie clothes for Remy that I told her I would get her a special prize because she was doing so good with her potty training. And I went ahead and got that for her today. I got her a Barbie and a little set of Barbie clothes. And then she goes and cuts her bangs today. Okay, I will definitely try to show y'all some of that. My town's pretty small, so I do have a lot of downtime in between orders. But it's funny, I was down at the shop today, and I got more orders sitting down at the shop than I did whenever I was setting up by McDonald's and all the restaurants. I know. If it's not one thing or another with her. But I'll tell a story on her. On my cousin. Was it? Which one was it? One of my cousins, whenever I actually went into labor with Courtney, my brother and his wife were there with me. And everything. And my cousin was, I guess, waiting on news and stuff about it. And he actually completely cut his hair to the point that they had to shave her head, or his head. And he blamed it on not getting any sleep because he was waiting. Something about he was waiting for news on the baby. So, and I don't even remember how old he was. But it was past the time that you would think that they would do that. I don't know if I could ever do that. I can just imagine my kids doing that, though. I really could. That is something I would definitely see in my girls doing. But Lexi has about another week before she goes to the doctor to find out how the baby's doing. And they'll actually, hopefully, she'll find out the due date and all that day, which, if she's got it right, she should be about 16 weeks. So hopefully they'll get an ultrasound and all that stuff that day. I don't know if they will, though. I I can see that. I bet. But I've had more shenanigans out of my girls than my boys. My girls were I rarely had trouble with my boys. Both of my boys, it was like I would go to parent teacher conferences and stuff, and they would say, on the boys, they're great. They're great. They just need to work more on getting their work turned in. But it's like I could have to tell them to put down their books because they would be reading their books in class. I can't say that I could do that. Josh does most of that, and he absolutely hates drywall. But anyway, and then my girls, I go to parent teacher conferences, and like I had to make her quit doing cartwheels in the classroom, and Courtney one time had told me that she was going to a concert that was being put on by K-Life here in the town that I live in, which is like a Christian band. It was an after-school program, but the band that they were going to see was like a Christian band. Well, I had a feeling that it was over earlier than they told me. So I went ahead and drove up to where it was supposed to be. And I drove up there, and there was nobody left there. So I called her and asked her where she was at, and she finally told me. Whenever I got to where she was at, her boyfriend and the others that were with her scattered and left. I had Courtney whenever I was 19. I was just barely 19 whenever I had her. My birthday was March 1st. Hers was St. Patrick's Day. But anyway, her friends scattered. I took her home, and I was so mad. But I always had problems with my girls. I don't know. I don't think I could have handled two at 19. I could barely handle her, especially with it being my first one. And the one thing, even though my kids are like 3 years apart, I was lucky enough that I never had two of them in diapers at once. That would, I can just imagine how much that costs and stuff. So I'm not sure I could do that. Yep. You get so mad about it. But yeah, I drug her home and she was grounded for like a month at least. I don't remember now. She was like 16. And the concert was here in the town that I live in, so it wasn't a real far away, but still. This is also, Courtney was also the one that we told her, don't drive your truck out of town. It's not completely fixed. Just short drives because we still got to figure out what's going on with it. And then a couple of hours later, I get a call, Mom, I blew up the engine in my truck. It's like, yep. And she was only supposed to go like a mile from the house. Well, they were at a park whenever they were down at the park just swinging and stuff, but all of those kids just went scattering and left her there. They knew that I was mad. And then Lexi one time went swimming with some friends and stuff, and they had a flat tire. And I told her not to go swimming at that time anyway because the river was, there was a lot of flooding, or not flooding, but it was really, the currents were too much. Well, they went out there to go swimming and with some friends, and they got a flat tire, and then on top of that, they got lost and could not tell me whatsoever where they were at. It took me and my brother, and I think it was one of his friends, that they happened to say that they passed a barn with a big flag on it. And they figured out where she was at and went and got her. And of course, my brother had to take his tow truck out there because on top of that, I think that they got stuck even with the flat. But I don't know. Kids, and I know I did stuff as a teenager that I shouldn't have done. I know it's the way kids will behave, but whenever you're the parent and you're worried, and it's just like, why did she do this? Why did she not use her common sense? And then you think back to all the things that you did as a kid. And it's like, yeah, I know where they're coming from, but I'm not going to let them know that. Because I did a lot of things I really shouldn't have, and I got away with a lot of them because there was no cell phones. But I do not know. You decide to come and visit again? Hmm? Come on. Stardust is back. I guess she decided she wasn't mad at me anymore. And I did have coffee over here too, but I already drank it. I had my coffee with French vanilla creamer, even though I probably shouldn't be drinking coffee this late, especially since I haven't been able to sleep. I think her friends just saw me pull up. They didn't even wait for me to get out of the car. Because I was pretty much yelling at her over the phone while I was talking to her on the way there. And if this fan behind me causes too much noise, let me know. I'm trying not to let it blow right on the microphone, but it's way too hot in here without the fan. Wow, it is already 8:51. I can't believe these hours just seem to go by really, really quick. I think I'm going to have to tighten up the arm of my chair here. It's getting kind of loose. Okay, that's a good thing. I normally have it sitting in front of me so it blows directly on me, but I didn't want to affect the microphone, so I put it behind me. And I was starting to work on the kids' playroom back there earlier this week. And now I'm debating if I want to go back to that room and let them have this as their playroom. But I don't know. There's some nights that they might be staying later, so I might want to go ahead and put them to bed before their mama gets home and just have her to come up in the morning and wake them up and get them ready for school. But so I haven't decided yet, but I think that's still going to be their playroom in there. I've got maybe a quarter of it cleaned out for them. Once I get everything cleaned out of there and get the carpet out of there, I might show y'all what I'm planning on doing. But I want to try to find like a cheap love seat or something to put in there. So they have that, and then I've got 2 cots that I can put in there for them to sleep on, which 2 of them can probably sleep on one of them. But just in case, and then they'll have the TV and the computer in there, and we will have our living room back whenever they are here late at night. What? See, I keep forgetting what color I'm working on, and I've already done that. Good thing I can just look on the tray to see. Let's get the peas out. Where? It's right here. I start petting Stardust, and her fur goes flying. But the one thing I don't like is these little itty bitty trays, because whenever I'm shaking them, I always drop a few. But I'm hoping to be able to remedy that pretty soon. I know I've got enough of the bigger trays for at least my budget ones. So I will probably do this with most of my budget ones. Okay, let's see. P. Start to say, did I just take out a color that I didn't need at all? I can't chew gum and diamond paint at the same time. But anyway, okay, so we've got about 5 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and start saying goodbye. Thank y'all so much for coming in tonight. I had so much fun. I will definitely see y'all next time. I'll be going live on Saturday morning at 7 a.m. or not 7 a.m. 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's 7 a.m. on Granny's time. But anyway, thank everyone for coming in tonight. Everyone take care. And I will see y'all next time. Bye. Thank you so much.